Welcome back to Call to Action Live. We are going to have an awesome show this evening. I am Kelsey. I am back. I am lead host for once again, and it feels weird. I'm going to be very rusty, but it's fine. And joining me to my right, I have the one, the only, Jake the Snake Jacobetta. How are you doing?
What up, what up? How you doing tonight, Kels?
I'm doing good. I'm super excited to have this awesome conversation because we have a great panel this evening. Starting with somebody who you have seen around this community for quite a bit, and we are super excited to have him be one of the panelists on our show tonight and talk about a really awesome match. We have Ryan Payne. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. This is going to be great. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I'm really gonna try not to endlessly talk over myself, because I'm overshot the nervousness.
Well, you're gonna be fine. Please talk as much as you want because I suddenly go in like ghost mode during conversations. So keep the conversation alive. It'll be great. All right. Well, we have some awesome guests on the show tonight. There was a really incredible match this week that we want to talk about, and who else would be like the best people to talk about it with than the competitors themselves. So bringing on first, you've seen her on this channel many times. She's practically a member of the Pitcast herself. We have Rachel Silvestrini. How are you doing?
Well, hello. I feel like I'm coming home after a long time away.
We've missed you.
I've missed you guys.
Yeah.
And our hair almost matches.
I know, right? Got some color going. Thank you so much for being on tonight. We are super excited to talk about this match with you. It's been a long time. Even though I saw you not that long ago in person, it feels like a very long time ago.
I mean, yesterday feels like it was eons ago. So yeah, it's good. And the match was amazing. So I'm really excited to break it down with you guys and with the next guest.
Yes. Speaking of which, let's bring her on. And we have the other competitor in this fantastic match, the one, the only, Paige Frabetti. How you doing?
Hey, thank you guys so much for having me on. It's so nice to see Rachel when we don't have to compete against each other.
I know.
Right.
It's always so stressful to play friends, especially when you're not in studio.
Exactly.
We would be like joking around and like bullshitting beforehand, but digitally we can't do that. It's really
I know, right? Like we have to put the game face on right away. But it's nice that, and then hopefully we can get an in studio match together, or we can just be in studio together one day so that we can just shoot the shit and have a good time.
Lovely. I completely agree.
I mean, will Christian be shooting more exhibition matches in studio? Because if not, there could be an opportunity for you guys to play each other.
I would love that.
I mean, I think we're done filming exhibition matches for the year, unless it's something like what just happened between Bibbs and
and some Skybound ones probably.
Yeah, but I think
if they ask me, I'll join.
we've got a plethora of backstock of all of those matches just for the Patreon. So join the Patreon, guys.
Join the Patreon. If you have not by this time, you need to get on that because the Patreon is fantastic.
Yeah, you've got 6 days before you really need to. Oh wait, no, it's live. It's free.
It is,
It's free.
Yeah.
Collision is free.
Oh, yeah.
Which is actually, I think, it's so awesome for everyone because those are going to be some epic matches.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be so good.
I mean, Kevin Smith is playing, so of course I'm excited.
Rachel, we have to get you a match with him.
That
has to happen.
I can't play a match against him. I can have him at the table, but I said this so many times, but you can't go up against somebody when the topic is their life's work. It's such an unfair advantage.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was thinking, I was like, maybe someone put me on a table with Tarantino, but I was like, that man would destroy my life. So
yeah.
And then I have to look at my feet or something. But
yeah,
I wouldn't mind.
You think he'd ask?
Yeah. No, he's just gonna glance over.
All right. So, I mean, really, first thoughts on the match. Let's
God.
jump in.
From us or from you
Yeah,
guys?
let's rip that Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
From me,
Because
and-
I think that's
yeah.
the best match I've ever played, and Paige played perfect, which is obnoxious.
Honestly, if I did not play perfect though, that match could have gone anyway because you gave me a damn run for my money. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, those that 5-pointer, what a doozy. But it was great. I mean, I love playing against people who know the game and who take it seriously, but yet still have fun. Like it's a very fine line to walk, and like I think Paige did it perfectly. Like Paige, I think Paige and I are very, very similar in that aspect.
No, and that's why I always say like kudos to you. And like I didn't even show you out in like my post game interview or anything, but like the fact that like a lot of people compare us like as like the go-to study people like for our factions and stuff, like I guess it's really like paying off for us because we were definitely kicking butt in that game. And that's why I kept saying it's me against the questions. It's not me against Rachel. Like
Yeah.
I just need to hope for the best and just study my butt off is really all I can do. But obviously bring some flair in there at the same time.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely different if you know somebody has a weakness in their brain. Like, not that sounds terrible. Hold on, rephrase, rewind, play. Take two. It's I think it adds a different layer to a match when somebody is really invested emotionally and you can get to them and like play mind games like Guy used to. Guy was amazing at it. Guy was so good at it that after my match against him, he immediately came back behind the curtain and was apologizing before he even saw me because he was ribbing me so bad that like I turned to him at one point during I think Ellis was reading the rules and I'm like, if you don't stop, I'm going to punch you in the throat. Like, calm down.
I remember that match.
Wow.
I was like, this is getting feisty right now. Like,
Oh.
hopefully I don't come off like this. Like,
No, you were great. But like, but there are mind games. Like it's such an element to the game, which is really it's so much easier to add that in when you're in person because you can't escape it. Like you can't look away. Yeah. You can't really like plug your ears. Like you're there 3 feet from that person. Versus like this there's such an emotional disconnect to being digital.
yeah.
Like you don't feel the energy of the crowd. You don't. You know, when you miss a question, you don't feel the air go out of the room. You know, you don't feel you don't hear the cheers when you win. And so I think that once we get back into studio, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how some of these rookies adapt because all they've known is sitting in their comfortable chair in their room in their setup. Like it's a completely different head game when you have to go into the studio and you're surrounded by people and people want to talk to you and you may not want to talk to them, but you don't want to be mean. And like, it's a completely different monster. And I'm so excited to get back into that aspect because that's where I shine.
Well, I was just going to ask you, Rachel, like,
what do you matches?
what do you think is harder kind of, or like not harder, but I mean, I don't know how to like phrase this, but like, do you think it's more intimidating to play in studio or do you think it's more relaxing? Or do you think it's easier to play from your own home?
I think it depends. Like, I think I don't know if I can give an accurate portrayal because I started out in studio. And like that, I will tell you this, is insanely nerve-wracking.
I could only imagine. Like, I'm nervous when I'm just like on screen, like during a match.
You're sitting at a table with lights shining on you. It is 1,000 degrees. I sweat like a whore in a Baptist church anyway. So like, it's all kinds of grossness. And then people are just staring at you. And like, you can either like, it takes a lot to really harness that energy and to ride it out and like use it instead of be crippled by it. So like, it's going to be really interesting to see who thrives and who dies under that pressure.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the reason that a lot of these rookies started was because of players like that are still competing. So like, if your hero is John Roca and John's filming a match later that day and he's sitting 7 feet from you, staring you down, wondering why you don't know who directed Gunpowder or whatever, like he's gonna like you're gonna feel like an ass because you're you know he's right there. Like it's a lot of pressure.
True, yeah.
So
Yeah,
to
I feel
bounce
like it'd be
off
so
of that,
funny too, because I know it definitely must have been like the preparation, like too, because like you probably go there like an hour early to just hang out and stuff. I don't even know how I would be. Like, do I talk to everyone? I get in like such like honestly not like panic mode, but I'm just like, all right, I gotta mentally prepare. Like, I gotta like study as much as I can, but I also don't want to like make my brain go like be jumbled and fried before the match. Literally right before our match, I was listening to like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and like Ashley Simpson because I was like, I need to listen to like weird shit right now just to get out of the mindset. Like,
I mean, I literally have a playlist on my phone. It's called the Switchblade playlist, and I listen to it before every match because it gets you
that's
like
pretty
whatever gets you hyped or calms you down or gets you focused or gets you loose and like silly, like whatever it is you need. Like that, I think it's such an integral part of the game is like how you prep and what you do right before you play.
mm-hmm.
But I love that you you know what, next time we will just rock out to NSYNC backstage together.
All right, perfect. That's the game plan. That's
100%.
what. Well, I'm thinking maybe we should like make like a Schmoedown like Spotify like playlist, and each like competitor can have like their own like little playlist that people can like listen along to, and so people are gonna be like, Paige, why do you listen to this? But I don't care.
Awesome.
Yeah, right. Like,
I'm pretty sure the community would immediately be downloading that playlist if Christian or anybody from the Schmoedown decided to get together to do that. Believe it would be like.
We'll just start at least with the Switchblade and the Badass.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like, Paige, your playlist is not badass. You have it.
You can kick off and open and close the playlist. You're the first song they listen to, then they're the last song at the end.
Yep.
Very
I'm gonna make this happen now.
Yeah, it's a great idea. To go back to the in studio thing though, as far as rookies go in their first appearance, do you have any thoughts on who might thrive the most in studio and who might struggle the most?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, hopefully I'll strive. I don't know though. Like,
it's real hard to get a reading on somebody who like normally had we been filming in studio, all of the rookies would have been like, you know, taking a trip out and visiting the studio and like hanging out, and we would have gotten to know each other. Like, this is why, like, as much as I love the fact that we kept the season going and it's been such a great pivot for the league, it's such a weird thing because normally we'd all be friends already. Like, we would all be hanging out, going to Barney's after tapings or whatever. Like, we would all be getting to know each other. And now it's just like I know Paige from like the minimalistic interactions we've had. And even though I love you, like, I don't know you that well because we haven't gotten to go out and get drunk. Like, let's be honest.
Exactly.
Like, you and I need to go out and do some shots and like cause some trouble, and then we'll get to know each other and it'll be fun.
well, it was so funny. I was like talking to one of my friends the other day, and he was like, Paige, when you go out to LA, don't embarrass yourself and don't drink too much. But I was like, I want to be fun though. It's like, well, yeah, maybe I don't want to embarrass myself in front of everyone that I'll be meeting for the first time. Like,
the amount of embarrassing things that I've seen happen, it's kind of like a rite of passage at this point. Like,
yeah, it's like meant to happen.
Yeah, if you don't come out and make an ass of yourself at one point or another, like, you're really not out there to have fun. Like,
Exactly.
I wouldn't know
I
anything
will be
about
out there. I am going to the event on August 1st. I'm going to be out there for like that whole week, just like visiting. So we need to catch up.
I will see you.
Oh, I was going to hit you up anyways and just be like, so we're going to go get drinks at least like one night. So.
Oh, no, we're getting sloppy ass drunk on the 1st. Like,
right. Perfecto.
You don't get a Scum and Villainy that has Schmoedown like themed drinks as a competitor, and you don't have a few. Like, let's just be honest.
Oh yeah. Are you going to it, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay, awesome. I was literally talking to Jill from Certain Point of View, and I was like, "Are you going?" Because like I know I'm hanging out with like her and Sean. Like one day, I think we're gonna go to like Warner Brothers like studio and stuff, like the lot. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Are you going?" And she was like, "No, like we're moving into our apartment that day." Hopefully, she doesn't mind I'm giving this information away.
No, but you can put it all over Twitter.
Yeah.
But
she was like, she was like, the fans are gonna be so stoked the Boston Badass is here, and I was just like, but like, am I gonna have like someone to sit with and like talk to. Like, I want to be able to like hang out with the competitors though too. Like,
As competitive as I am, you can ask Jill. I adopt people. I am mama in this.
all right,
this
perfect
division.
then.
I don't
Adopt me,
care who
take me
you
in
are.
with you.
I will. I mean, especially drunkenly swoop you up and make you come hang out and have a good time. Whether
All
you
right,
want.
perfect. Well, it's funny because I'm late coming straight from the airport, so
I will literally, depending on my
time.
work schedule, I will be driving down straight and like stopping in and just like whore bathing it in the bathroom.
well, that will be me. So don't you worry. I'll have like wet wipes. So if you need,
Yeah, I'll bring some baby wipes so you don't have to travel them. It'll be fine.
Okay, perfect.
Sounds like a
We
date.
got this then.
That's how girls bond, by doing whore baths in bathrooms together.
Exactly, guys. We may have looked very competitive and mean towards each other in our match, but this is how it really goes down.
See, I don't think so.
You're getting the inside scoop.
I honestly, I haven't watched the match, so I don't know how they edited it together. But I like all the clips that you sent me. I was crying laughing. They were so good for the promos.
What I sent you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was so funny. Like when you reached out to me, I literally was like, damn, that would have been so clever. Because Rachel was like, we should like do something together. And I was like, damn it, if I didn't just like rent ice for like a lot of money, then we should have like
Well, I mean, it's one of those things. I also like delayed beyond all belief because I'm like, I hate doing promos because again, in studio, you would come in early and do your promo in the green screen room before your match, and like Christian would be there and like give you pointers and like tell you talking points and like what to do and how angry to be or how silly to be. And like nowadays it's just like, hey, we need your promo, and I'm like, what do you want from me?
And this time Christian was on vacation, so we didn't get pointers or anything. They were just like,
go
do something. Like,
yeah. And I was down in LA for some tapings and hanging out with friends and just having a really good time. And then I got home and I was like, oh shit, my match drops this week. I should probably send something to Eric and apologize profusely for being this late. But he's a goddamn mastermind. Like,
oh my god, he really is.
He would also never be mad at you.
No,
Like you've had him do last minute.
I don't even want him to have a momentary like sigh of disappointment. Like I don't like letting him down is like the worst feeling in the world. Like I never want to let Eric down.
And that's why like I'm so excited to like meet everyone in person too, because like just like from the interactions I've had with Eric, even though they've been like kind of little, like I've been on like Videochronics, like Paige like a couple times and stuff, but like I'm like, this man is like such a sweetheart. I'm just like, like you said, like I don't want to let him down. I don't want to send him bad promos. I literally messaged, I slid in those DMs and I was like, bro, I'm so sorry. I just sent you like 20 videos. I can't edit this together. So can you? I mean, this is your job. Like, make me look good. Make us look good. Please and thank you.
Please, thank you. I love you. Please don't die.
Yes.
It's like the mantra of every like tournament season is please don't kill Eric. Please don't kill Eric with all of the editing that he has to do. Like, and I know he's not the only one, but like there are a slew of editors that deserve the highest of praise for this league. They hold it together. They do nothing but amazing things. Like, I just want to hug them all. And
yeah,
again,
I give everyone so many props. Like everyone behind the scenes of it all, like that do what they do. I'm just like, kudos to you, man, because I've been so obsessed with this like league for so long, and now like being into it, I'm like, there's so much work that gets put into it, like behind the scene that like even though I don't even see majority of the time, then I'm just like, and like meeting new people, I'm just like, who is this person that just sent me an email? But I'm like, obviously they do something very important, like, so it's like cool that like you're meeting everyone that you wouldn't even like thought worked for the Schmoedown or anything like that. So it's just the whole aspect of it is so cool, I think.
You're like, they have somebody to do that? Okay.
Yeah. It's like, wait, why can't I have this cool job? Like, I know I'm a competitor, but yeah.
I know, it's one of my favorite things about live events is getting to meet the behind the scenes people. It's like, oh, you do that, and then finding out they're like an incredible human being, and then it's like, man, I want you to get like all the attention, and I didn't even know you existed until now. It makes me sad because you're amazing.
Yeah, dude, those live events are going to be.
Oh, I'm so excited for Spectacular. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm just scared.
I get a lot.
I'm scared.
We've got the live tickets for the Scum and Villainy tapings, even though it won't be live. They're gonna be in the studio on that day. Oh,
It's live and in person, and that's the best part. Like, it's so great, and we get to drink and have fun and heckle. And Bibiani's probably going to be yelling something ridiculous that's going to make us all laugh. And like no joke, during one of the tapings, Bibbs that I went to, Bibbs was there, and he yelled out something, and I almost burst into tears because I was like, I missed.
She froze on us. Bibiani made her so frantic that she froze.
And I froze.
There you go. Now you're back.
Now you're back. You're back.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could go to the earlier ones in New York, but I'm not doing anything till Spectacular. But that's going to be a fucking blast.
I've heard people like renting houses and stuff. I have my I have my plane ticket, but I'm like, I'll just find somewhere to stay. Honestly, I'll figure it out. Like,
we got a 10-bedroom, 10-bathroom house that it's fucking.
Are you staying in
down.
like J-Lo's place? Like what? Like,
as long as it doesn't have that fucking alarm from Orlando. Oh my
god.
Yeah.
If it does, I'm marching out and be like, nope.
that was fucking ridiculous.
Orlando,
especially with
insane.
Yeah, I've only been to one live event, and that was the 2019 Brooklyn event. So like it's gonna like I literally have like a Schmoedown shirt with like autographs on it from people, and now I'm gonna like meet them in person and be like, I mean, we're in the same league now. Like,
one of the first times I went to the studio, just to like before I was competing, I got invited to come in and watch some of the tapings, and I brought in my Love is Love comic book by Andraco and Inman, and they both like I brought it in. I was like, guys, I would really love you to sign this. And I told them that while I was on tour with whatever tour I was on, I think it was American in Paris at the time, that every city that we went to, I would DM Schnepp, and Schnepp would tell me what comic book stores to go to support, and I would walk in and be like, Schnepp sent me, and they would be like, family. And it's like literally the only interaction I ever had with Schnepp. Like, we never got to meet, and it was so sad, but like I would go in and buy 3 or 4 copies of Love is Love and just go to the local like teen LGBTQ society and just donate them.
That's awesome.
In every city. And they were like, why didn't you tell us? We would have just donated them. And I was like, no, I want to support the cause. Like,
yeah.
Why are you trying to take away my cookie, bastard?
I guess they weren't sure.
So Rachel, if you don't mind me asking, like, how did you get into the Schmoedown? Like, how did you get into the league and like kind of introduced? I'm taking over you guys' show.
Hey, y'all do what you do.
Well,
it's hard to interrupt, but keep going.
I went to WonderCon in 2017 and went to the panel, and there was no seats open except for in the very front row, and I ended up sitting down next to Grace Hancock and Wendy Lee Zaney in the front row for this thing that I knew absolutely nothing about, other than it was movie trivia meets wrestling and UFC. And so it started, and I kept jokes under my breath. I know, me. And I kept making Grace and Wendy laugh. And literally the first interaction that I ever had with Harloff was him looking down at me with dad face going, stop it. And it hasn't changed since.
I feel like that's going to be a similar thing with me, though, too, with him. So
yeah. And then we met. I went to the drink and greet afterwards and met Makuga because I fucking aced the speed round that they did during that panel. It was amazing. I actually was the only one to get a question that nobody knew, but of course it was Disney, so whatever. And then Harloff found out that I loved it and that I did really well during the speed round. And he asked if I wanted to compete because there was like 4 females competing regularly at that time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, I'm kind of on tour. I'm kind of going to Vegas in 2 weeks and then, still touring for another year and a half. So we kept in contact and I moved back to LA and I just kind of got in. And
That's pretty cool.
I'm never fucking leaving. I'm like glitter and shag carpet. You will never get me out of this thing.
That's what I gotta like figure what I'm gonna do. I'm like, I'm just gonna super glue myself to like Christian's leg when I meet him on Sunday and just be like, just you ain't getting rid of me, man. So sorry. Like
yeah, it's honestly the best community you could ever hope to be a part of. And
yeah, no, it really has. And I think that's like a big thing with me too. Like, I mean, 2020 sucked for everyone, but like I was like my anxiety and depression like definitely hit like rock bottom. And like when they were like throwing auditions, I literally did my audition tape so last minute, and I was just like, there's no way in hell I would ever get picked. I was like, imagine if I did. And then literally when I saw my name on the draft board, I was like, what? Like I got an email from Christian and I was like, this is not like, they definitely just said the wrong name or something. And then when I got picked up by Sam, I was like, holy shit, this is real. Like, and ever since then, I'm never turning back, because this has been like, it sounds so cliche, but it really has been like the greatest opportunity I feel like I've ever gotten.
Just wait till you get to meet everyone. It's really obnoxious how great everyone is.
Oh, that's
yeah, it is. It's annoying.
And then people are gonna be like, "Wow, you suck in person, Paige." But hopefully they don't think that. But
no, you fall in love with these people. It's one giant love fest, and it's just I have a very aggressive form of love. In case nobody realizes. No, I'm so gentle and quiet. I hold my emotions so close to the chest. But like, it gets to a point where everybody's so great. Am I echoing?
A little bit.
It seemed like the last.
I think we're okay.
But everybody's so great, and it reaches this apex of like, you either need to stop being amazing or I'm going to get violent with my love. Like I just like every time like Shannon and Mike post a picture or something, like my only response is gross with a heart next to it, because they know that I'm like, I love them so fucking dearly.
Yeah, that is a hot ass couple. Like, what?
No, it's disgusting. Like that should never ever happen. No.
Well, you can blame Jen Sturger for that.
I blame Jen, and I blame PJ. And whose birthday was that they met at? Was that Jay's? I can't remember. But I blame everyone involved in this. Oh, God, they're so gross and perfect and wonderful. I love them so dearly.
So if you guys are listening, I am 28. I do wipe my own ass. Just feed me, and I will be your child. And you guys have a Boston Terrier. And I used to have a Boston Terrier. And I'm from Boston, so I can take care of your doggy. And Shannon and I have, her middle name is Paige. She literally, the first time we ever talked, she goes, hey, Paige, my middle name is Paige. Like, I was like, oh, I already want to be your best friend.
They're the sweetest.
Well, just remember, you might have to pick up dog shit on the ground while they're in a match.
Oh, I mean, I'll just like pick it up with a bag and like throw it somewhere, but I ain't gonna carry it around next to me. But I'm a doggy mom, so I know the work you got to put into it. So.
God, I love that. That was in the blooper reel, wasn't it?
Oh,
where Shannon's just like, oh my God, he took a shit.
And then she's like, and I stepped in it. That was hilarious.
The thing that we desperately, desperately need at the end of this year is a blooper reel for the last two seasons, because did we have one last year?
There was definitely one like 2 years ago, I think.
I
remember watching it and I was like, this is flipping hilarious. It might have been one last year, but I can't remember.
There was, because I think I remember in that blooper reel, it was a famous the Instacart. Yeah,
Jimstacart. Jim Clavedo.
That's right.
Yeah, they definitely should though. I mean, definitely in one of my promo videos, like I almost ate shit. Like I lost an edge and I was like, oh shit. And I don't think I edited it out when I sent it to Eric. So hopefully that never sees the light of day. But
well, now that you say that.
Yeah, now I'm gonna make sure he puts
I linked with my laptop and my mic like right on the boards.
Where that clip is.
And I was knocked it all down.
Like,
she's honestly, grabbing it, like hoping for dear life I don't break my Mac.
Honestly, one of my biggest fears going into my very first match was, I hope I don't fall off the chair. Like,
that's definitely why Bib stands.
Well, it's also because like there's so many cables that run underneath the table that we played at, and like sometimes they weren't very organized because people, like, if you were like the third or fourth match, like the cables start getting pulled out and then they end up under the wheels. So if you go to like push back and you
Oh my god.
can't move, but your weight is going back, like I was just terrified.
Oh, that was
Terrified
I
I was gonna
always
fall off the
lean.
chair.
I can't lean on this chair because I'm like pretty pushed far back. But like I like to like lean back and shit. I would definitely eat shit. Definitely not trying to crack my head open though on screen. So
Sorry, can you pull up the comment from Leo?
The
Oh shit, you got it, Kelsey?
I got it.
There
You're good.
All right.
The fact that clip was not included in the publicly released match, I am convinced is the reason that Ben and I did not win Heel Team of the Year. Because we should have. That shit was fucking hilarious.
hold on, what was it? What am I missing?
We were playing against the Butcher Boys, against Mugen and Vinny. And it got to a point where we were harassing each other during the show, and somebody complained, and Ben just yelled out, "We're heels!" And like,
Yeah, I
it
remember
was
that
so
scene on
good.
on the like when they shot them in the live match, but then you go back on the pre-recorded stuff. It's not included anymore. It's like
Yeah, but
It was
the
It
reaction.
was released in the Patreon match when that was released, but then when they released it to the public, it was cut out, and I was like,
Yeah, the
Christian.
reaction from the entire community was fucking hilarious.
I was like, you blew my chance at a
was talking
slice.
about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
was
see-
like,
I mean-
win that fucking award.
the fact they didn't know that it latched onto the community so fast, and it was like a posted on like one in every 5 comments when it came to Patreon release videos. I'm like, this is catching fire, and I was amazed that it wasn't pushed. Christian even tried to throw that in for a nomination.
Dude, I had plans for that. I was gonna like find us like some thigh-high heels and like wear a t-shirt that said that had a pair of heels on it, and like wear heel earrings. Like we were gonna lean into it hard, and then like we watched the release and we were like, okay.
Please still make Ben do that.
Please.
I mean,
I
he's
want
not
to
my,
see
he's not my
every second
teammate,
of
so I can't like. He's on my faction, but we're not teammates, sadly. So
You try to make-
He still owes us a hula dance.
oh
the
my
Action
god, that's
Guys.
right. Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah,
Make
he's
it
supposed to do
happen.
grass
Make it
skirt,
happen this
coconut,
weekend,
and
then.
everything.
Yep.
That's the game plan.
I mean, maybe spectacular.
Yeah. We'll bring them. We'll have them on hand. We'll run up to him and be like, "You have no excuse."
Just at the bar afterwards, just
Yeah.
be like, "Go
Right.
bathroom."
I mean, I'm a chicken. I can't wear heels, so kudos to him if he can.
Well, that is if he doesn't break them when he walks out. As long as they fit him perfectly, he'll be good.
Oh no! You get. I mean, for guys, you have to get like the drag queen heels, so they support the weight of the man.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody here has seen it, but there's a great movie called Kinky Boots. It explains the whole thing. It's a great musical too.
So watch that, guys, and you guys will know. You men up there, you guys will know
How
what
to
heels
buy
to buy.
heels. Yep.
I think I'm good.
Come on, Jake.
No.
I can see you in some like
I used to
white
work, I
pumps.
used to take college credit working as a stagehand for a musical, so I
Really?
I've seen firsthand.
It makes me so jealous when I see guys like doing there's that trio of guys that do like crazy choreo while wearing like 6-inch stilettos, and I'm like, how? Like, how are you doing quad fletes and like I can't even like and like into like a split leap into the splits. Like I can't even like stand up from trying on 6-inch stilettos
Yeah.
without breaking my ankle.
same. That or even walk like 3 feet. So there's that. Maybe I should try though because I am short as hell. But
I can fall 4 feet, but
yeah, yeah.
Alright,
Same
real
here.
quick, we have a super chat. I want to make sure we get time for Ben Rayner.
Hey, Ben.
Says, hey guys, great show and
What's up,
great
Ben?
match, Rachel and Paige. Do you guys have a Faye Quinton movie? Bring on that playlist. LOL.
oh yeah,
So what's your
What's
guys'
yours?
favorite Quinton?
death proof 100%. There's
Yeah. Oh,
no movie that
good
gets
one.
me revved up like that movie. Oh, it's so good.
I was on the Schmoedown rundown and I like said it in my top 3, By the way, guys, I'm not a fan of Tarantino. I don't know what you guys are talking about. That book is not
Oh, I'm
his.
sorry. You didn't have a perfect round.
Can I just say I was so jealous of those questions because I was like, I know all of these answers. They're so good. About movies
I love them.
too.
I was like, those were good Tarantino questions. For me, though, I mean, I gotta go with the numero uno, like Reservoir Dogs. I just love that.
Yes.
I love films that take place in a day, even though majority of his films do take place like in a day, anyways.
But it's like the
for
way
me,
they're
it's
shot,
like
it's
yeah. For me, it's Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and then Death Proof. Like I think Death Proof is so underrated, and I love that you love it, Rachel, because it really is just like a bunch of badass bitches kicking ass.
They're broads. These are like there's like 7 badass broads that like throughout the entire movie. Oh, it's so good, guys. It's so good, and I want to watch it now. Plus, the soundtrack is just epic.
I have the vinyl somewhere down there, but yes, it's so good.
It's so good. That's one of the things you can never say badly about Tarantino. Like his soundtracks are always on point.
Oh,
They're killer.
Like,
and the
I
fact
wonder
that
what
he like
his,
makes the music and I literally have a cinematic like universe like playlist on my Spotify, and I have like so many of it. Like I have like Bang Bang on there. Like I just have like so many of like the songs that like appear like in his films on there, and I'm just like I should probably look at other movies, but I'm just like I just love all of his soundtracks so much.
I always laugh when I
what
hear
his
the
budget
5-6.
is on
The
that.
what?
I wonder what his budget is for licensing.
He's Tarantino.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
I'm pretty sure maybe after like Pulp Fiction or so, but I mean when it came like earlier stuff like with I was stuck in the middle with you for Reservoir Dogs. As much as I liked that moment, that scene, I would not have been shocked if he had to pay some license royalties in order to make sure he could distribute that.
I mean, he probably did it because it was his first film, and I bet you majority of the budget probably went to that. But now every time you think of that song, Stuck in the Middle with You, what is the first thing that goes to your mind is Reservoir Dogs. So he did something right with putting that scene in there.
Yeah, it's
like going like Mr. Blonde is cutting ears off left and right. So
I mean, it's like whenever I hear the 5, 6, 7, 8 woohoo, woohoo, in like a commercial, I'm like, do you guys know what you're doing right now? Like, this is not a song for like Comcast. Like, guys, no.
My siblings
are us. No.
My siblings tortured me with that song because out of loving the first volume of Kill Bill, that was the only thing I didn't like about it was the song. So whenever that commercial happened, and at the time I believe we used to have like a DVD, like record a lot of stuff on our recorders, they would immediately just play it at the moment I would walk in and immediately see a angry look on my face and walk right out.
That's amazing though. But that band is so good. It's 3 Japanese girls that are like rockabilly that play these amazing songs. They're so good. It's just like as controversial as Tarantino is, he does open a lot of doors for a lot of people, and he's got really great taste in music.
Yes. Yeah. I've already said I'm going to. Hopefully, Sam's not listening. If he invites me back to his house, I am touching all of his memorabilia from Inglourious Bastards. I'll make sure I wear gloves.
And if he doesn't, you're still going to do it. So
yeah, no, exactly. He said he had many packs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has like a nice guard dog there just to give you that quick look of fear, wondering if it's worth it.
Oh, I'll just be Rachel saying there like, "Don't do it, Paige."
She'd be like,
"Don't touch the butt," and I'm just gonna touch it. Like, touch
the butt.
I mean, it's the rightfully held in that scene. It's like I want to touch it. Okay. I won't.
Okay. Oh, I'm just like, that's if he did say he had many packs of Red Apple cigarettes. Well, he didn't say he had many. He said he had a couple. I need a pack.
Yeah,
because I got those are like the legit ones. You can buy them on like Etsy, but someone just like printed that out and just put them on a pack of cigarettes.
I need a legit one.
I want a legit one. And we know those legit ones. We don't even know if they're legit or not. They would be probably a pretty penny.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
I'm definitely trying to go to his theater.
The New Bev? I've never been. Well,
maybe we can go when I'm down.
If you know what? I'm gonna check the schedule. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna see because if they're playing if they're playing Death Proof while we're there,
Oh yes, we're
then
going.
then
I
it's
hope
meant
they
to be.
sell Red Apple cigarettes because I'm gonna buy a pack.
I love how,
Don't sell cigarettes at a movie
Oh,
theater.
big-
I mean,
It would be
it would probably be like the bubblegum cigarettes that they used to sell in the early 80s. Remember?
Yeah.
They were just like
I'm okay with that though,
You're
as
just
long as I have that pack.
it's like that hard ass bubblegum coated in flour that like
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
Those candy
like,
cigarettes
horrible.
were the grossest thing ever.
Yeah.
oh,
I definitely
they're-
thought I was cool though with those back in the day.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what they'd be selling at the New Beverly, honestly. Just like red apple cigarettes, like actual, but it's like not just candy cigarettes that's just flavored to taste like apple. And you can keep
I
the
love
box.
how Rachel told us to talk among ourselves. She really is our
Yeah.
lost.
What is you guys'
Yeah.
favorite Tarantino movie? I'm curious what all you guys' favorites are.
Mine is
I'm-
Kill Bill Volume 1, and Pulp Fiction's close second.
Yeah, mine's Reservoir Dogs with Pulp Fiction close second.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction was held for the longest, but then I think Inglourious Bastards overtook it. But now I think my favorite is actually Jackie Brown, honestly. Jackie Brown's my
Ooh, Jackie
That's
Brown does not get
great.
enough love.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
it's
the
great.
that was the I mean, I've owned all of his films for like a while. But that was like the last one I got to like complete the collection. And I was like, this is like a pride and joy because I feel like not many people have seen it. So it's like, this is my little baby now. That and my Dogma, because I spent a pretty penny on my Dogma that was used. Because they don't make that.
No.
with this
Yeah.
one or this one.
Let me hold on. I alphabetize my movies because I'm a weirdo and I have a stack right here that I need to. Where's D?
I literally just picked this up at my used like record DVD store for
Yeah, I
like.
have this one. Yeah.
Oh, you got the Blu-ray. Oh yeah, no, that thing is like fucking $95.
I got it for 75
Jeez.
bucks, and the freaking dude sent it to me, and it was like broken on the side. So I'm just gonna like take it out of the
Yeah,
sleeve and
just-
put it in another case. But I was like, I just spent 75, and he was like, that wasn't me. It must have been them. I was like, dude, you definitely just had it like this. Like, but then
Or-
again, like it's Dogma. You can sell this movie for like 100, 200, 300. If you go on Amazon, it's like $300. Like it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I was happy
That
I
is
found it.
my number. Dogma is actually my number one Kevin Smith movie, and it's in my top 3 all time.
Oh no, that's
I
what.
love
Honest, I love Dogma
Thank you.
so
It's-
flipping much.
it. Okay.
Perfect.
For me, it's like Chasing
Perfect.
Amy's my
Great-
favorite.
Great
It's my-
rewatch.
Chasing Amy's my favorite too. I
Yeah,
love-
Chasing Amy, and then probably Dogma.
It depends on the
So
day
much.
because Dogma and Chasing Amy will switch off depending on what I'm feeling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're traveling 2 different vibes completely.
Yeah.
It's like
Totally agree.
it's like 1A and 1B depending on the day.
Yeah.
Depends on what day. By the way, Paige, Inglourious Bastards. I don't know how long you're staying. Inglourious Bastards is playing at the New Bev on Friday, August 13th.
Oh,
At midnight.
I won't be there that long. I'm there the 1st to the 9th. Anything good that week? They have to play something good.
Taxi Driver is playing what? They're playing the Muppet movie on Sunday the 8th.
With
Which is-
Taxi Driver?
Adorable. They're playing Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver with the Muppets, like a double feature, because I would
That's
totally go see
interesting.
that. That would be a great double feature, not gonna lie.
Be a hell of a crossover too.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
No, sadly, it's not a double feature. That'd be a great one. Oh, they are showing it on the 6th. Inglourious Bastards on the 6th.
All right, we're going, making it happen.
Woohoo!
You got, if any of you guys are in LA, feel free to join us.
Feel deep now,
Talking
but-
to everyone in the internet, not just the panel. Everyone in the panel obviously better be there, but all of you people out there.
I'll be in the middle of the desert on a dinosaur dig that week, sadly. But it'll be fun.
Hey, in the middle of a desert on a diet.
Dinosaur dig.
Oh, I was like, girl,
A dinosaur dick?
Why?
What?
those are too-
Dinosaur dick.
Dinosaur
What?
dig is awesome.
Not dinosaur dig.
Oh.
Okay.
I was like,
You need to
okay.
enunciate with us.
I was like, oh, I mean, whatever floats
Oh,
your boat
I heard that
nowadays.
perfectly.
Yeah, keep it on the
It,
pipe.
I mean, sounds the same.
I've got a story related to this later. This is not suitable for remind me after this.
What's like that show? Has anyone watched that show, Sex Life? I have not watched
Yes.
it, but my sister
A couple episodes.
insisted in showing me that 14-inch like ding dong.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm like taking over this. It's like
Too big.
Yeah.
Too big.
The, The World Girls actually showed it on their stream a couple weeks ago.
Shut up.
and
Okay, so
I'm
is it real or
surprised
not?
it hasn't been
I want
taken
everyone's
down.
opinion right now. Is
I
it
think
real
it's
or not?
It's not the actors, but I think it's somebody. So I think it's
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, because they didn't
it's
show
not.
his face.
yeah.
No, I mean it's easy to find body doubles. Well, I'm not saying it's easy,
Well,
but
see,
I mean,
that was
for
my
more
question.
body shots.
Because
All
I
I'm
was
saying
on
is,
that
I mean-
episode of it. I was on that episode of the World Girls, and Roxy asked if I thought it was real or not, and I was like, I don't know. Is that like a thing they do in LA? Do they advertise like, hey, we need big dick doubles? Like,
I mean,
100% that was probably what the ad was.
Well, during the casting notice, during the casting calls, they won't give you specifics of the film, but they will tell you more. Like for a certain role you're going out for, like
Guys,
will require
it was-
lower body nudity. Are you comfortable with that? Do you have
If
a
it was-
15-inch dick? You know,
If
the
it
thing-
was filmed in LA, they didn't even need to put out a call. All they had to do is drive to the Valley to Chatsworth, where all of the porn in the world is filmed,
Yeah.
and just find a guy.
That's
Like, all you
definitely
gotta
what
do.
they did.
Yeah.
100%.
And-
And Jake, when you said I was on that episode, I was like, wait, was that you?
They probably
Like-
thought it was
Was that you?
yeah, if I was in LA, it could
Start
have been.
karaoke, like
That's definitely what they did. Because I was so curious with that too. I was like, I mean, it looks real, but can you see? You can probably CGI a pee. I don't know. Like,
I don't know. It had a natural swing to it.
I never
Wow.
paused before on a Netflix show just to inspect and see if the dick was real or not. And and it's
my
even
sister
more-
just showed it to me literally 20 minutes before I hopped in on this. She showed my dad, me and my dad it. I was just like, this is not something I want to watch with my father real quick. It's like, I know exactly what it is.
That show's not
Episode
a show.
3. Like,
oh, if you
what?
want to talk about uncomfortable things you watched with your parents, I took my mom to see Black Swan.
Oh yeah.
That was a fun conversation in the car afterwards.
I'm trying to think about. I showed my dad the When Harry Met Sally Cat's Deli scene the other day because he said he's never seen it, and I'm just like showing it to him like on my laptop, and like obviously I felt so uncomfortable watching it. He thought it was hilarious, but it's just like she's just like casually moaning, and I'm just like, if anyone walks into the house right now, they're gonna be like, "What are you guys watching together?" Like,
Headphones. Always use headphones.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Guys have known that for years.
But I was like, yeah, people are gonna be like, what is going on? It looked legit.
It's legit.
It did look legit.
Yeah.
I mean, it must have been. My sister was like, that's his. I was like, and then because I was hearing it was a body double. I'm like, kudos to whoever that was. He definitely got a nice paycheck for that, and probably lots of
And
work.
You also hear those that saying it's fake. You know, it's a replication. It's like it's not real. Like 75% of the people on Twitter talk that. Like, does it really matter? It got your attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just curious
it-
why he needs.
if it doesn't get your attention, then that's the issue. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my
like if
thing
you're
was,
not
why does
facing
it
a
have to be so
14-inch
big?
cock, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It definitely they
Reddit
yeah,
threads
they
of
did
trying
it to
see
make it.
detailed descriptions of it.
Yep, they did it to make people talk, and it worked because it didn't have to be that big. But they knew if they did that, it would get us all talking.
There are plenty impressive ones that are not near that big, but nope.
So remember-
Yep.
Remember in the pre-show when I said I know we're just going to start talking about random shit? I did not think we were going here.
Yeah, you guys, we haven't even talked about our match. Yeah, see, you guys should have been running this the whole time instead of.
No, it's
Bring
cool.
the ding dong.
It's fine.
To be
Bring it
There's
on.
honest,
plenty of shows that talk about the matches. We
be
just
honest-
love having people on.
well, to be honest, Jake, the fact that you have me and Paige and Kelsey, three of the most outspoken, like completely comfortable human beings, like coming onto the show, and then of course we're going to talk about a 14-inch cock. Like,
Yeah.
Of course we are. Like, what else do we talk
Oh,
about?
of course. Yeah, it
Well,
should have
yeah,
been in the
brought
note.
it up.
We
We
did
talked about
bring-
dinosaur dicks, so that's when I
Yeah.
started it.
My fault. It usually is.
you can always trace it back to Kelsey.
Always trace it back
Yeah.
to Kelsey.
I mean, we got about 10 minutes left. I did have one question that I wanted to ask Paige. Not
Go for it.
specifically about the match, but Rachel, as you're someone who Mark Ellis fucked up your name for a long time. So,
say that like it's
Paige,
Catherine.
how long do you think it's going to be until he stops calling you Frabetti?
You know what? It's so funny. You know who noticed that was my grandfather. I didn't. You know what? The fact that they just say my name, even if it's wrong, I don't care because at least it's like somewhat close. At least I spell my name right this time.
Yeah,
Not
this time I hit it
wrong.
in your last match. I hit up Nerd Chronic. I was like, "Hey, bro, there's an extra R in there," and he was like, "I fucking told them."
He did. He reached out to
How-
me and he was like, "I'm so sorry, Paige." He's like, "I literally told them because I like messaged them because no one sent it to me, and I was like, oh my god, that's not okay." Like, but I was like, they fixed it this time. I think it's cute. You know, it's okay. You want to know something even funnier? Was Mark called me BB during it, and I don't know who the hell he was talking to at first. Like he said, "BB, what you got?" You can just see it's like a quick second of me pausing, and I'm like, well, he ain't talking to Rachel, I guess. So I was like, flip my board. So I was like, I like that though, BB, like that's cute.
I have to say, Paige, that because of everything that I've gone through, and I'm sure you have gone through your entire life, I have become so anal about every person's last name that like every time I talked about you, I was like, no one's gonna fuck up my name. I'm not gonna fuck up hers. Fuck this. People
Dude,
can get our names correct.
In the promo, dude, you said my name like so perfect. I was like, good. I was like, I'm so proud of her. Because it's funny, like I'm like, I feel like my last name is like pretty Jake, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce your name. I suck at pronouncing things. I always said I was like, if I don't make it in the Schmoedown, like maybe they'll let me be like an announcer, but I was like, I can't read those questions. I would butcher every actor and character's names and stuff. So I was like, maybe if I just like keep reading more or something, I can get better at it. I don't know. But yeah, Jake, I'm never gonna try to pronounce yours. But I was like, I can say
Yakubov.
Rachel Silvestrini. I said that right, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because there's only one R in both of our last names.
Yeah, exactly. I don't honestly Mark is such a sweetheart. I can't wait to meet him in person. So he can call me whatever he wants. I don't
He's
mind.
the worst.
He's one of the best people I've ever fucking met.
He's beyond gross. Like he's just the worst human being ever put on this planet because it makes he's like such a shining model of what humanity at its best can be that he makes every person who's not him feel like crap. No, I love him. He knows that. He's so sneaky too, that little bastard.
He like honestly
he'll
seems
like
the
randomly
nicest
like
person in
just
the
pay
world.
for he'll like just randomly pay for everyone's tab and not let you know.
And then
Like,
won't even say goodbye. He'll fucking Irish
Yeah,
goodbye after
Is
he
the Irish goodbye?
He does.
Wow.
He's so
I would
good at
follow him. I'd be a weirdo and be like, "Let me get in your cab with you."
it. He literally will sneak off to the bar, saying that he has to go to the bathroom, pay everyone's tab, and then just peace out.
I mean, that's a very nice way to leave, though. At least. Let me just drop a couple $100 on everyone and not say goodbye.
Which is I'm kind of glad that we're not going back to Barney's for after show drinks now because like the bartenders all knew who the Schmoedown crew was, so Mark was able to go in and be like, all of the Schmoedown people, all their tabs are on me. And now we're going to go to a new bar where he can't do that because no one's going to know who we are. And I'm very excited about that.
Rachel, I gotta ask though, what was your favorite question like in the match?
In our match?
Yeah, if you can remember.
I remember. Honestly, I think it was the fact that I got the Lawrence Kasdan question because I'm not even joking. Immediately before, like as soon as I saw it on the wheel, I was like, okay, cool. Let's just go through these. And I had Ross run through like a bunch of like, decently surface level Star Wars questions with me just to like get that rattling around in my brain. And like he kept asking director questions, and I'm like, I don't know. Is it Lawrence Kasdan? He's like, Lawrence Kasdan didn't direct anything. He only wrote. And like, so when the question came up, I internally was crying laughing because I was like, there's no fucking way that the answer is Lawrence Kasdan after the interaction I just had with Ross. And it was. I love that. Yeah, it was. I think that's the most memorable question I had from that match. I was so jealous of your Tarantino questions. Oh, I wanted those so badly.
Well, you know what's
What was
funny?
your
My
favorite
favorite question though wasn't even any of my Tarantino questions. It was my Kangaroo Jack question. And
Yeah,
I literally
Oh,
was
man,
just
the
like,
Kangaroo Jack question.
My
I
eyes
was
are
like, I
still-
know I could. This is round 3. I have to be serious, but I had to laugh out loud because there's just like a story behind that movie. Just because like literally like a week beforehand, I was going through old DVDs with my aunt, and I was just like, dude, we found it. And I was like, dude, I used to love this movie, and I was like, all right, let's like put it aside, like, and I'll like keep it, even though I collect like Blu-rays, not DVDs. I was like, I gotta keep this one because it's like such a classic. It's not really a classic at all, but it's a guilty pleasure. And,
It's a childhood classic.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so, but then she literally took the movies I put aside and gave them to someone. And after my match, I was like, yo, where's Kangaroo Jack? Because I can't find it anywhere. And she's like, oh, I gave it away. And I was like, I'm sorry, but you need to get that movie back for me because I just won my match because of Kangaroo Jack. I was like, that will never happen ever again. Jackie Legs saved my life. Like, I was just like, I need that. And I felt like I literally was like laughing. I was like, I probably look like such an asshole right now from like not looking like I'm not taking this serious because I giggled about it. But it was just like a funny question, I feel like.
No.
Yeah, I mean, though, it's like you have to at least be 75% sure they're talking about Kangaroo Jack.
Well, if they weren't, I would have been the
a
biggest idiot in the
kangaroo
world.
named Jackie.
Legs.
Like,
Yeah.
Jackie Legs, though. But even then, you just take out that last part, they'll go like, oh, that's Kangaroo Jack.
Fucking Kangaroo Jack, that motherfucker.
Rachel will never forgive Jackie Legs now.
Fuck Jackie Legs. I'll break Jackie Legs.
Oh, so is the overlay correct now?
Apparently, yeah.
Overlay? What am I missing? Oh, god damn it, Jake. Oh, we were friends. There you go. I'm just gonna be.
I seriously thought
Did you expect anything less from me?
No, I love you. I miss you.
I seriously thought
I miss you too.
I thought Jake thought that Rachel's screen was frozen. It wasn't until she had the reaction I go, oh come on, man.
I was literally like, you were like overlay, and I'm literally reading the top and the bottom, the scroll, and I'm like, what did he do? And then I looked at my name and I'm like, you motherfucker.
Honestly, I had no idea what was going on, but I was like, I'm just gonna giggle because everyone else is giggling. I have like that reaction when people laugh, I just laugh. So I'm just like, I don't know what's going on right now. And then I actually did notice it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Ow. Mm-hmm.
Very gullible, but that's okay.
All right, so Paige, you called out Thomas Harper in singles. How serious was that?
Dude, you guys just keep giving me the den. I want them all. I want Thomas Harper in a singles match.
Thomas is our sharpshooter. He has one purpose. He's going to get that belt for Star Wars.
That is true. And then he'll let me kick his butt in singles. We'll do that. And then, he would murder me. And like, I'd have to get my Star Wars tattoos removed if I ever played him in a Star Wars match. But I would love, like, that's the thing. Like, I love that the Schmoedown is so competitive now because I really do like, I play to win. But like, that's why like I do want it to be like, I want to play like a fun match against like people that like, for like shits and giggles. Like, I would love to play Thomas Harper just to see like what would happen, like, and not count against anyone or anything. Like, I mean, if I win, obviously give me the points. But like. But like stuff like that, like that's why I think exhibition matches are so cool because they're just like they're fun.
Yeah,
I would like to play Thomas Harper in like a Tarantino exhibition match.
Yeah.
Why do you singling out Thomas? We all know he's got 2 babies. He's got Star Wars belt he's contending for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get his mind off of it so Marie can take that spot.
I would love to play you in a Tarantino match. I think that would be super fun.
Dude, we should do it. Well, I was on Video Chronics. We did Inglourious Bastards. We should do Death Proof because they have not done Death Proof yet.
That would be so much fun.
All right, we're gonna
together.
All right, we gotta hit her up. We're gonna make it happen. And all of you guys should do it too. It should be all of us against Drew, and
I'd lose.
and Eric will write us the questions.
Horrible at trivia.
I'm good at movies. I'm undefeated on Video Chronic, but it's with movies that I'm obsessed with, like Birds of Prey, Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion, and then I would have beat everybody, but I was in the chat for Ragnarok. I would have won.
Yeah, I wanted to be on Ragnarok so bad. I've done their Black Panther, the Shazam. I played Jeff twice in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Crow Quiz, which he ends up winning. I'm like, yeah, I think this is the closest I'm going to enjoy playing a Schmoedown player for right now.
Yeah, I won their, what was it, the holiday match, and what was it, Almost Famous?
Oh, that must have been a cool one.
That is my life. That is like that movie runs in my marrow. I love that movie so fucking much.
I was actually watching it the other night, not gonna lie. Cameron Crowe, masterpiece.
Did you get the Steelbook when it came out?
I didn't, but I just have like the, hold on, let me move this book out of the way. No, because then I have the bootleg cut.
Oh yeah, I've got the director cut and the Steelbook.
This is the director's edition, I guess. But yeah, no, I wish I got like the Steelbook, and then they just came out with like the cool 4K.
Yeah.
And someone was talking to me the other day. They're like, "Why don't you just collect 4Ks? Because they come with Blu-rays." I was like, I didn't even think of any of this. I was like, I'm not wasting more money now. I have like 400 movies. Like
400? Oh, I wish I had that.
I probably have like probably close to 300. 400 exactly. But I definitely have like close to 300 Blu-rays. Way too many, unfortunately. And I alphabetize them, which is bad. And that took me a long time to do.
Girl, I need to take you on a tour of my room because I've got 3 full bookcases of Blu-rays and DVDs. It's out of control.
Dude, I'm obsessed with this collecting physical media, so I would be a nerd and just nerd out with you and going through your collection. So
yeah.
We'll make it happen next week.
Yes. Well, not my collection. My collection's in Northern California, but I will see you, and we will get to drink and nerd out together.
Yeah.
And then wait in line because Inglourious Basterds is already sold out. So we can go wait in line.
We'll just go see if Tarantino's there or something.
I am gonna bring this back up though.
Oh yeah. I would love to see a rematch between you and Peggy.
Dude, it better happen. That's all I'm saying. We're both 1-1 now. I want vengeance. I am Batman. I want vengeance. I want that W against her so badly.
It'd be good. I would love to see that match. I mean, I got my money on my Peggy because she's my girl. But
dude, it's just going to be one of the greatest comeback stories ever. Drew, if you're listening, you'll get my joke. But did any of you guys see what I tweeted to Christian? Because I was like, he definitely liked me the day before, and then afterwards he probably did not after my comeback joke. I was just like, not okay.
Dude, oh my god. Oh, the comeback joke. That I was crying. I was like, oh my god.
I was like, Christian probably does not like me at all now.
I was waiting to hear if you got called into the principal's office for that because that was fucking hilarious.
I thought I was hilarious. I was like, well, he was a stand-up comedian, so maybe he'll think it's funny.
Oh, he 100% thought it was funny. I guarantee you he thought it was hilarious.
I was like, it wasn't an original joke. I just like stole it, but I use that all the time. Yeah, right. I use it all the time. So I was just like,
oh man,
I'm not that clever, guys. I can't come up with that cool jokes. I can try, but
William.
Oh, do you know?
Salute, call sign Galactus, William Harold. We got some weird ass call signs in the Action Army.
I think I've got the best. It makes me giggle.
Are you still the shining shooter?
Fuck yeah, I'm still the shining shooter, and actually it's a shining shooter.
I want a cool one. What?
Legit, every time I see Ben or Drew, at some point they'll like sneak up behind me and be like, "Caca!" And I'm like, you're like a giggling 16-year-old. I'm just like, it's so funny. Why is it so funny?
That is too funny.
Yeah.
God, they're the best. I miss them. I like almost tackled Drew when he came into the taping. When I saw him, I was like, "Oh, I missed you. Where's my dog?"
Right.
Good old Snickers.
I miss my Snickers too.
Ooh, some guy, Galaxy Geeks channel just wrote, why don't you both invite Sam for the Inglorious?
No, fuck that. We're gonna have him get us tickets.
That's what I was just gonna say. We're gonna have him hit up Quinn and get us tickets to it.
Be like, hey,
And
do
he's
you want
gonna
to
go
go?
with us.
Hey, do you want to go with us? By the way, can you call Quentin? Cause
Yeah, we would love to go with you, but you have to get the tickets though, just so that's up. Like,
I mean, I'll pay. That's fine. Just get me seats.
yeah, right. And hide your red apple cigarettes from me.
Because I would not smoke them.
I think it'd be interesting to try. Because I mean, I've heard like the whole joke is that they taste like shit, right?
Yes.
Like
they 100% have to.
They have to. They have to be like the worst fucking cigarettes in existence.
I would definitely smoke one and throw up and be okay with it because I could say I smoked a real red apple cigarette.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would 100% take a puff out of one if Sam ever wants to like gift a cigarette. Like I will
Sam,
really
if you're
participate. I mean, we're this pre-COVID. I would just say we could pass it around, but I'm vaxxed and I'm safe.
We're being safe, guys. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
We're responsible adults.
Socially distancing smoking.
Yes.
Like that matter.
Extra 3 feet so no one gets a contact high.
Yep. We can make a cool red apple like cigarette commercial, and that can be our next promo. Like we can.
It's just us like talking shit and then taking a puff out of a cigarette and be like,
yeah, throwing
and
up.
And then just pass it off camera, and the other person takes it and they talk smack, and then they puff, and it would be awful. That'd be fun. If you know what, if we ever get to do a Tarantino exhibition match, we should 100% do that.
I'm dizzy down. Christian, please make this happen. And I want it to be in studio so we can like it be legit.
We could do the promo outside.
Yes.
Just like standing on opposite sides of like a parking lot, just yelling at each other, like and then like scurrying across and passing the cigarette and then going back.
Yes.
He's so stupid.
We're making this happen, people. Just beware. So game plan is I will rematch, play against Peggy, and then I will play against Rachel in a Tarantino exhibition match, and that's what we're gonna do for our promo. So
I mean,
I've all heard it first.
I'll take a rematch against you. That I'm fine with that. I've never played somebody twice.
Oh yeah, really? You definitely
Like,
haven't.
ever. Like not even like singles to teams. Like I've never played a person more than once. I don't think.
Well, I definitely haven't. I've only had 2 matches, so
I don't think you have.
Yeah. And
Ryan, you're more the historian.
that's pretty cool though, because you played like so many diverse people then at least.
Yeah.
I think Ryan's frozen.
Yeah.
I hope Ryan's okay. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, waiting there. Like that is. Are you okay?
No, you can't. I was hoping this would not be an issue. No. Every time. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. My own personal private war with the internet is now infected C2A, so I'm losing my shit over that.
I don't know if it's a war if the internet keeps winning.
I think it's fucking hilarious that like he's been perfectly fine until he goes to talk.
Well, I did say I have nervous energy, man. I didn't know when I could talk. I'm literally just like.
Yes.
I love this. And Leo is right. I have played Preston twice. It's the only person I've played twice.
Yes.
Because
That's
we
what I
were
was gonna say before my internet
I'd be down for that, Peggy.
Well,
You're like
yeah,
10
Leo
feet taller
is
than me, so you would kick my ass in basketball, but I would kick your butt in hockey, so it's okay.
Leo is the historian. If y'all have ever seen the Schmoedown wiki page, Leo is the man behind it.
Oh.
Yeah, your debut.
And we use it for our notes a lot.
Guys, for teams. Yeah.
Talk about people that are involved that you have no idea. There are so many people that put together things that I'm like, oh, I don't know who you are, but I love that you do this. And then I find out who they are. And I'm like, okay, well, that's one step of like putting a name to an activity. And then I need to put a face to a name. And like, it's just spectacular. It's just gonna be fucking nuts.
Oh, it's going to be ridiculous.
It's literally just going to be everybody hugging. I am giving everyone the warning now. Don't make eye contact with me if you don't want to.
You're vaccinated, so it's okay. We will touch you. Just make sure you are.
It's like the opposite of like a wild animal. Like I don't get in, like you don't intimidate me. I've just spotted you as prey for a hug. Like just warning. Run behind somebody if you don't want to hug. Yes, Jessica! Oh, I can't wait to hold. Jessica's gonna be like my Yoda. Like I'm gonna be her Luke. She's gonna be my Yoda. I'm just gonna pop her in a backpack on my back for spectacular so she can see everything. She's so tiny. I love her so much.
Too funny. No, it's gonna be so wild to like just like hang out with like everyone. So it's so nice that I get to like hang out with you, Rachel, and just everyone like next week. Nuts.
That's gonna be so many people. So many people. Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to go in, but I've literally like at this point Christian knows that like if there's an event in California, like I'm just showing up and he can try and keep me out. But I've got like 20 pounds on him and like I can.
You're barging that door no matter what.
I can
you in the back. I got you.
I can hip check and shoulder check like nobody's business. So like, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have a permanent VIP pass.
Well, yeah, they're called Mom's Brownies, but
Yeah.
You're good.
like I can literally get away with murder within the Schmoedown as long as I bring enough brownies.
It was so funny. My aunt was like, "Why does Mark know her mom and Mark doesn't know me?" I was like, "Auntie, I'll make sure Mark knows you one day." She has a little crush on him, I think.
My mom did come into the studio for a taping, and then she got to go see him live. This is a great story. So Mark and Knapsack and I think Makuga were doing a show up here in San Francisco. And so my mom wanted to go. Mark put her on the list, and so it was my mom and like a friend of hers. And so my mom, being my mom, shows up with a Ziploc baggie full of brownies in San Francisco.
Wow.
So she shows up early and goes to go in, and like the security's like, "We can't let you in with those brownies." And she's like, "What? They're for one of the performers." And he's like, "You can't give brownies to the performers." And my mom's like, "They're brownies." And like the guy was like, I was like, my mom's telling me this later, and I'm like crying laughing. I'm like, "Mom, he thought they were pop brownies."
100%.
She was like, "Why?"
100%.
And I'm like, "Because it's San Francisco and you're at a comedy club."
You drug these performers.
Yeah.
We don't want the performance to come out high. It will drag the sets.
Yeah, so it was funny. I can't remember. They said somebody else like ate all of them, and like the guys didn't get any of them or something. Like it was hilarious. I was like, I'm so sorry. So now every time I like bring brownies, I'm always like, "Hey Mark, you got the money? I got the stuff." Like do a little drug.
Take him under the table real quick.
I did. I had to bring a special package of his when I went down last time because it was his birthday, and my mom was like, "These are for Mark." Like, okay, I will make sure that those are Mark.
His name is on this bag.
I have spare brownies for you just so you don't get tempted, okay?
She's the best.
Well, this has been great, and I can't wait to see y'all in December. It is about that time though. I hate to do it. This has been a great fucking conversation. I could talk to y'all all night if I could. But it is about that time. We got to start wrapping it up.
Boo.
It is boo, but I'm like, it's 12:15 for me, and I have work in the morning.
We get it. You've got a job.
I wish I had a cool job like all you guys. Like what? That's the dream. One day I'm like, Schmoedown, make me like champion, so I don't have to work. I think you probably still have to work if you're the champion, but
because that's what we play the Schmoedown for the money.
Yeah.
All right, well, Rachel,
maybe one day.
It was so fun chatting with you guys, though. It's not all of us in the Schmoedown. We love each other. We're enemies in the ring, but outside of it, it's a nice community. So
it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Rachel, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Silvestrini. You can also find me every Thursday night on my YouTube channel with the show Movies, Music, and Mayhem. This week on Thursday at 6:30, it's going to be a really insane show. I don't know what to expect. I've got Video Drew coming on. and I am
Oh,
so excited. I love her dearly. It's going to be a really fun show. I'm so happy. And then there's going to be some changes for the rest of the year because I have a job now, kind of weirdly enough. So schedules are weird. So we're going to figure that all out. But come on Thursday for the announcement for the rest of the year. And yeah, I'll be making appearances like this because now I don't have to worry about studying because my season's over. So thanks, Paige.
wow, like wow.
I'm sorry, okay?
Speaking of Paige, where can people find you online?
Oh, shit.
All is fear and love and war, right?
God, that was
like
sad. Paige?
I was like, do my flex now? Or I didn't know what to say or do.
I'm so sorry. I literally did not mean to kill you.
Well, yeah, guys. Rachel blatantly hates me, even though I asked her to hang out with me next week. But yeah, you guys can check me out on Instagram and Twitter at PromPageNews9. I also run my own movie blog on Instagram titled Feature Flicks Without the C. I post movie news and reviews, all that fun stuff. I have been slacking a little bit. That's because I've been studying my butt off in the Schmoedown. Obviously, it's paying off, so
We
don't
get
worry,
it.
guys.
One.
You're rubbing it a little bit more. But no, fingers crossed. Hopefully, I'll be back, guys. I love the Schmoedown so much, and I love you guys all. So thank you guys for having me on. And Rachel, I'll see you next week.
All right. And Ryan Payne, thank you so much for joining our panel tonight. It's been super fun. Where can people find you online?
Well, whenever my internet is not trying to attack me every now and then, you guys can follow me on Twitter, caramel_Payne. Also, my show which is on the Schmoes of the North is called Mount Schmoedown, where myself and my co-host who was in the chat earlier, Ben Rayner, we mainly go over Schmoedown careers of so many people we've covered. We talk about their matches, their statistics, their impact they've left on. But throughout this entire month, we've been talking a lot about the Schmoedown factions. And actually, interesting page, just yesterday we were talking about the usual suspects. So
I know. That's what I'm going to listen to on my way to work tomorrow morning. Yeah. I saw that. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Hopefully you say nice things about me if I'm even in the conversation.
Trust me, everybody from the suspects is brought up. This is what we're covering our factions. I mean, by the time we're going to get to the den, believe me, my co-host and I are going to make sure we're not stuck for 2 hours talking about the den.
Awesome. And Jake the Snake Yakavetta, where can people find you? I'm making that your name now, by the way.
Never heard that before in my life.
Well, he said earlier he was the body double in Sex Life, so that's why it's Jake the Snake.
Yeah. Jake the Swinging Snake.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can find me at Jake Yakavetta. I don't really do much on screen, but you can find me here every now and then when I need to jump in as a backup co-host. Yeah, that's about it for me. I don't really do shit. I mean, I work behind the scenes. I'm not a.
He's a body double
screen
Sex Life guy, so he does.
Yeah.
Cool things in life.
You really are the wizard behind the curtain, honestly.
It's true.
And below the belt. I'll stop now.
I'm clipping that out.
I hope I don't get you guys' show banned. I'm sorry.
No, this is nothing.
No.
Compared to some of the
we
shit
always
we've done.
misbehave. You're
Some
fine.
of their past shows, trust me, I don't think this will crack the top 10.
I mean, we can try harder next time. You can have us on, and we can aim for that number one slot. I'm just saying.
We can. Yeah, I can see. Don't worry, guys. I can bring in the dirt.
All right,
And I can always go harder too, I guess.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
There you go. You stole my line.
All right. We can find find me at KelseyKins90 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me here on Call to Action Podcast every other week on Call to Action Live and Twitch Tuesdays, which might be moving, so keep an eye out for that, but I'll be on there more most likely. And now that Loki's over and I'm not doing a million shows a week, I have more free time to work on personal projects. So look, check out my Twitch at KelseyKins90. I might be doing more stuff on there. We'll see. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We love you guys.
Thank you.
And have a great night.
Later, y'all.